Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mboindem, and on this channel we talk about how to make money, how to save money, and how to invest money towards financial independence. If you haven't already, please go ahead. Now be a good time to subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you will know when there are new videos on the channel. So this has been a pretty exciting and amazing week for me on a personal level, and I'm hoping to be able to share some of the details in the near future when I've moved a little bit away from the high that I'm on. But I hope everyone is doing well and everyone is making progress in in meeting their various financial goals. Today, I wanted to talk about a topic that is near and dear to my heart, and we will be talking about dollar cost averaging, and basically how to behave when the market is not necessarily going up as it has been for a while. So if you're interested in this kind of content, please be sure to stick around, keep watching. Be sure to share with your friends and let those of them who haven't subscribed already subscribe now, so that we can all continue on this journey together. Now, after today, I plan to start doing kind of related to some of the news I would like to share. I'll only be able to do videos every 2 weeks, so bi weekly, but I still plan to keep to a Saturday schedule. So definitely check back every other Saturday, so that way you can keep talking about some of these topics, how they relate to us on a personal level, and the ways in which we can use our success for improving your communities as a whole. So yeah, but yeah, after today, I plan to basically do a series on professional development, because for a lot of us, our source of income is our jobs. So we're going to be talking about topics that are related to basically how to improve your income from work. So yeah, stick around if you're interested in any of that, um, and let's get started. So, as I mentioned, if you've been paying attention to the market, within the last week or so, there's been a lot of, actually, the last 2 weeks, a lot of volatility, for lack of a better way to put it, in a lot of stock prices, especially tech stocks, which are some of those that everyone got super excited about because of all the gains that they were making. So there has been, I've got a lot of questions about what do we do now? Like, what do you do when the market is dipping? How do you behave? What should you be doing, right? If you bought this stock and at the time you bought it, it was all the rave and it was going up and you saw all these gains, but now in the last few weeks, it hasn't necessarily been doing so well. Someone said he's lost his rent money. What do you do? Right. And so that's the topic that we're going to be talking about today. And again, I want to talk specifically about something called dollar cost averaging. Now, what you should do when the market isn't doing so well is you should buy, right? What do we do when it's Black Friday and everything is on sale? You see how the stores get crowded. You're basically getting the same thing of value for a lower price. So if you can afford to be engaged when the market isn't doing so well, my recommendation is always to identify good stocks in good companies and keep putting money in them. Someone I follow recently put it this way, like, if you thought that Apple stock was a good buy at $150, you should think it's an even better buy at $100, right? So if you've done all your research on particular things that you want to invest in, and now they're cheaper because the market isn't doing so well, if you still believe the research that you did about them, what would stop you from buying? And what ends up happening is you ultimately end up making even better gains, because over the long run, if I buy um, Apple stocks at $100 and then after some time I buy some at $50, my average price is now 75 instead of the original $100 that I had bought them at. So dollar cost averaging is a way for you to actually essentially sometimes reduce the cost that you're buying at. But more than that, it kind of helps you to avoid trying to time the market. Because if you put in place that I'm going to get a certain number of stocks or a certain number of index funds every month, for $500, and you do that January, February up to the end of the year, obviously the market will be doing differently at different points in time. But what ends up happening is you get an average cost that you will spend to get the same kind of funds over that period of time. And that's definitely better than trying to time the market, because nobody knows what's going to happen in the future, right? Nobody knows whether the high prices of funds that you're seeing in January are going to keep going higher into February, and so you should buy now, or if they're going to dip next month, and so we should wait until next month to buy. So by trying to time the market, you're definitely missing out on gains that you would have made. I think that historically and statistically, the best thing to do is to stay involved and stay engaged and stop trying to time the market, because really nobody knows tomorrow. Now, I'm not saying that you should just go ahead and do your investments without doing your research, or you should just throw money into the market whether or not you have it. But once you've done your research and you have confidence in what you're investing in, lower prices should actually encourage you to buy more. So, for what it's worth, take this and do with it what you would. But again, be sure to stay invested, be sure to stay active, and don't be afraid of the ups and downs that come and go. Because over the long run, historically, we see the market getting restored, and doing better as time goes on. So definitely stay engaged. And again, if it's attractive to you, one way to do it is to just tell yourself, well, every month or every 2 weeks when I get paid, I'm going to put this certain amount of money into the market, into this particular funds. Have a strategy, set it, and don't let whatever is going on in the market affect how you behave. Well, I take that back. Obviously, yeah, make decisions according to what's going on, but don't let a declining market discourage you from being invested. Um, Definitely stick with the strategies that you've set in place, that you've done research and come up with, and stay invested. This thing is a long term thing, right? It's not, oh, I'm going to try and make gains today and then tomorrow I'm out and then I'll try to get back in when it's low. Over the long run, consistency pays. So if you've started and you're getting a little bit discouraged, I wanted to make this video just to let you know that dollar cost averaging is your friend. Lower markets are not necessarily a bad thing. They're time for you to get even more and more involved. And again, here's some caution for those who are on the other extreme. Don't use your rent money to invest in the market. Don't use your car note money to invest in the market. You should only be investing money that you first can afford to lose, and secondly, that you don't need in the near term, right? So you don't want to go to a place where you've invested this money and then tomorrow you have an emergency and you don't have an emergency fund, and then you have to sell your stocks at an 80% loss. So be careful. Invest money that you can afford to lose and money that you don't need for the short term, but definitely stay involved, pay attention, do your research, and keep investing. I can't stress this enough. So yeah, that's all I had for today. Is let's all be wise. Let's all stay engaged. Don't get discouraged. Keep the momentum going. And consider dollar cost averaging as an investment strategy if you're one of those people that can't decide um, whether or not to get in. Just do it. Just make a plan and keep doing it. Consistency pays. So yeah, that's all I have for today. Again, in the next few videos, we'll be talking about professional development, talking about work, how to get the job that you want, and how to ask for the money that you think you deserve, and some strategies with dealing with that. I also have a video that I did with a particular professional in one field that a lot of people are interested in, which I plan to share with you guys, and hopefully people can find that valuable, because again, for a lot of us, our income is our largest source of income. So keep watching. Please be sure to share this with your friends and family. You know, one or two people that could benefit from this and that need this reminder. So don't be selfish. Share with the people. All right, y'all. Have a great week ahead. Take care, and I'll talk to you next week.